You know, if you're just like, oh, I'm just getting in again because it's so much fun, that's great. But you want to be paying attention and you want to be like taking something away from each session that you can then apply in the next session.
Q&A for BJJ. You got the questions. We have some answers. If you want to leave a message for us, a question for us, go to bulletproofbjj.com, click on the podcast tab, scroll down, big red button, leave us a voice message, where you're from, what you want to know.
Yeah, we're going to feature you just like these fine individuals. First one coming in.
Hey, what up there, gentlemen? Firstly, thank you very much for putting together such a sick podcast. Out of all the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, boxing, martial arts podcasts in general, you guys put out, hands down, the most informative and definitely entertaining content. So thanks for that. It's been a great help for my BJJ journey over here in the Garden Route, Western Cape, South Africa. My question is, do you know of anybody personally, or do you know of any cases, or what is your opinion on rolling hard and perhaps even competing with a cervical disc replacement? Unfortunately, herniated my disc between my C6 and my C7 vertebra pretty badly. A couple of months ago, I got a cervical disc replacement put in. I'm feeling great. I'm not rolling yet. Information on the internet is lacking on this subject. My surgeon seems to think I can do absolutely anything with it. However, I would like to double check what the professional opinion
That's okay.
like before going in too hard. Do you know of anybody or any people who are still competing and training hard? I'm 35 now, one stripe white belt. I'm new to this journey, but I fucking love it, and I do not want this to be the end. If you could share your thoughts, I greatly appreciate it. Once again, thank you very much, and shot for the epic podcast.
Callum, what a legend.
Great.
What lovely manners on the man.
Oh, so complimentary, so kind.
I love a South African accent.
Oh, it's strong. It's distinct. You know it straight away. Well, to your question, Callum, Braulio Estima has a full cervical disc replaced. He had it replaced just before he had to fight Jacare in a super fight.
Really?
And he won before the ADCC. I think he's 4-time super fight champion. People sleep on Braulio. Braulio to this day is a menace. He's like, 6'3".
Big guy.
Super long. A phenomenal jiu-jitsu. Boy can party too.
Good looking man.
Good, handsome man. And he's always down for a good time. And it was kind of quite well documented. You should search it on YouTube because they were doing the kind of like the embedded build-up series of him versus Jacare, and he got spiked in a takedown drill. And they're like, you almost broke your neck and almost died and could be paralyzed. We're going to have to do the surgery. And so they fully replaced one of his discs, and he went out there 6 weeks later and won.
6 weeks later?
Yeah. It was phenomenal.
Jesus.
Yeah, phenomenal stuff. And to this day is a total beast. So that's the only point of reference I have relevant to that. And look, if your surgeon said you'll be good to go, that's pretty cool. That's surprising.
Yeah, that's a positive sign. I think we know that surgeons don't always understand jiu-jitsu to the extent that we wish they did.
True.
But I would think that you definitely could continue on with the journey. I would be seeking the advice of someone who works in that realm. I'm thinking of like Dr. Andrew Locke.
Sure.
I'm thinking of like strength-oriented practitioners.
Yes.
Who understand jiu-jitsu very well and understand strength training and the effects that has on the body, and are also back specialists.
Yeah.
Who are like, yeah, look, here's what your limitations are going to be. Here's what you need to be doing in the gym. Because I don't think I would imagine if you just took a general approach to strength training and you kind of weren't doing anything specifically about that region, that probably wouldn't, that's probably not going to work out too well in the long run.
No. I mean, look, you could just go the other way. You could just go full Yo Romero. Just get your whole cervical spine fused. Never invert again, but just have the strongest neck. But never be able to turn your head with
and just
your
top
torso.
Game all the time.
Top game and just pile drive people with your head.
But yeah, the main thing is like probably more than likely, I imagine that actual disc is going to be fine.
Yep.
It's more like, is that placing extra pressure on other structures around it? Do other parts of your spine now bear more weight? I don't know, but that's, what a specialist is going to be able to help you with.
Yeah, get more information.
Yeah.
For sure.
Very good.
Thank you, Callum.
Next one coming in from Davis. This episode is brought to you by Parry Athletics, the exclusive apparel sponsor of the Bulletproof for BJJ podcast. We've been working with these guys for quite some time now. We absolutely love the company. We love their gear, both for training and also just looking slick off the mats. They got excellent no-gi wears, shorts, t-shirts, all that cool stuff. If you want to get yourself into some Parry clothes or you want to rock the Bulletproof for BJJ exclusive merch, you got to go through Parry, go to parryathletics.com and use the code bulletproof20 to get 20% off your order. They ship internationally.
Hey fellas, Davis here from Missouri. Just want to say I'm loving the podcast. I was lucky enough to stumble upon it on YouTube, and I've been binge watching pretty much all your old uploads since.
Nice.
It's actually a really great resource for us lower level belts, and you guys are really funny and entertaining in it. So in a nutshell, I only have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday free for jiu-jitsu. So lately I've been doing 2-a-days to try and get more mat time and experience in. My question for you would be, am I reaping the same benefits doing 2-a-days Monday through Wednesday as I would doing roughly the same amount of sessions, but spread throughout the week? So thanks guys for all your insights, and yeah, keep up the amazing effort.
Davis coming in with the good manners as well. What a lovely guy.
So polite. Missouri.
Shout out to the people of Missouri.
Look,
All I know is Ozark. That's in Missouri?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, look.
Apologies for my naivety on this one, Davis.
No, but I think it's a plenty of good manners out that way. But I think here's the thing. There is benefits to doing 2-a-days. The only thing that's, I feel like slightly, the thing you're missing there is you don't give yourself necessarily time to pause and reflect, like have a day, have a think, have a day, have a think. Like 5 days in a row, I mean, you don't have that option. So you're doing what you can. 2-a-days. The difficulty with backing up 2-a-days is the toll on the body. If you're going to do 2-a-days 3 days in a row, you've got to have a lighter session and a heavier session. And that's my take on it. If you're not someone who's a full-blown professional jiu-jitsu person, it sounds like you're not, I would be pacing that if you can. So if you're going to do 2-a-days, try and make sure there's one which is less physically taxing, which allows your brain to work, and then one which is maybe more challenging. I believe that having more time over the week doing jiu-jitsu, getting like more exposure when you're less tired will help you learn better. I think, don't get me wrong, you're going to get good doing 2-a-days, no question. So you're going well there. But if you get an opportunity to space it out, that will have its own benefits.
Yeah, I think comparing the two, the one session a day over like 6 days or whatever is always going to trump 2-a-days for 3 days of the week. But if that's the only option you have, then go with it. I would say like our general recommendation, right, is to train 3 times a week. And I think most people, like 90 minutes of jiu-jitsu, quick warm-up, plenty of time on technique, and then plenty of time to roll and positional. Like 90 minutes is enough. To that point, I've seen a lot of people as well who come to like heaps of classes, 2-a-days and stuff, and they don't get better because they're just not really paying attention. On the flip side of that, I have seen people come to a couple of classes a week, but really focus and pay attention, and they do get better. So I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen with you, because we also know that person that's there all the time that just gets better faster than anyone.
Smashes everyone.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that as a word of warning, like don't throw any of those sessions away.
Yeah.
If you're just like, I'm just getting in again because it's so much fun, that's great. But you want to be paying attention, and you want to be like taking something away from each session that you can then apply in the next session.
Yeah, you don't want to, I guess you don't want to come in too fatigued and have that blunt your ability to learn.
Yeah.
Cool.
Keep on it, Davis, you legend.
Shout out Missouri.
I've had that situation a couple of times recently where I've come to training with some water, but I haven't had any electrolytes, and I've finished training and I've had to go to a convenience shop and buy myself some kind of sports drink, usually a Gatorade. Cost me like $7. It's small and it really doesn't contain that much of the good stuff that I'm looking for, which are the electrolytes. Sodi, on the other hand, is my partner when it comes to hydration, and I'd simply just run out of it. And it sucks because I got to go buy expensive stuff that doesn't do anywhere near as good a job. I'm super stoked that we've been restocked with the Sodi, and now I can be properly hydrated when I train jiu-jitsu. This has always been an underexplored aspect of my training, and I'm so stoked that we now have these guys in place to support us and also the listeners of the show. So if you want to be hydrated on the mats so that you can perform at your best and have the best mental clarity while training, get yourself some Sodi. Go to sodi.com.au. That's SODII.com.au. Get yourself some delicious hydration salts and use the code bulletproof15 for 15% off. Go to sodi.com.au. Get yourself hydrated.
Hey guys, how you doing? This is Steve from Connecticut, USA. Purple belt, hobbyist purple belt.
Steve, what happened, man? Oh, Steve just wanted to troll the show.
Purple belt. Didn't even come for warm up. Peace.
All right, let me just reload that shit.
Shout out Connecticut.
Is it Connecticut? Or is it Connecticut?
Hey guys, how you doing? This is Steve from Connecticut, USA. Purple belt, hobbyist purple belt, new purple belt. So I've been training 3 times a week pretty consistently. Sometimes I hit 2. Very firmly a hobbyist. I mean, I care about being good. I take my training very seriously, but I'm not in the gym every day. I have a life. I have, I'm not saying that people who are in the gym every day don't have a life, but
yes, you are, Steve.
I don't compete. I'm a hobbyist, and I'm happy with it being that way. I don't really have that much of a desire to get on the podium and whatnot. That being said, I'm getting married in July, and my wife brought it up to me that maybe a good motivation for me to get into even better shape would be to prepare for a competition. And I haven't competed since white belt, and I never really particularly liked it that much. It was fun, but it was, that whole scene's just not really for me. I did okay as a white belt. And on one hand, I'm thinking, yeah, why not do it? It's something I don't do typically. Excuse to get into better shape. It's Tap Cancer Out too, so it's for a good cause. I can learn more jiu-jitsu,
cool.
Train harder, learn from the experience. On the other hand, I'm literally nervous just thinking about it now, and I'm a very all or nothing person, and I know it's going to consume my thoughts for 2 months, and my wife is going to hate me because it's all I'm going to talk about. So I don't know, guys. What do you think? Should I push myself and do it or not?
Cool scenario.
Well, she did suggest it. You can always put that back.
Hey, if you wanted to get into better shape, I never said anything about getting into better shape. No, I'm suggesting.
Babe, you did say. No, she did. She said, well, hey, you want to...
No, I know, but it's just when someone brings that up, hey, JT, man, if you're looking to lose a bit of weight, here's a strategy for you.
What are you saying,
bro,
man?
what are you bringing that up for? Yeah. No, look, it's fair. No one likes competing.
It is stressful.
We're not jumping into jiu-jitsu competition is generally not something we naturally all feel inclined to do.
No.
And I think, Steve, that's where the growth of it is from the discomfort of that process. I am not an all or nothing person. I can be partly in many things. So in that way, I'm like, I'll do a comp, and it doesn't have to consume my everyday thing. JT, maybe you can speak to that.
Okay, so there's 2 things here. Because I'm getting married next year. So I'm getting married next February, and so I understand that there are pressures that go along with organizing weddings, right? I don't know how much of that responsibility is falling on you. So here's the deal. If you're all or nothing, which I am also, it's 8 weeks. That's a good block of time. You will get in better shape. It will push you. I think there's all good things associated with that. But will your marriage survive? It's like, hey, boys, just want to tune back in. I won the comp, but I didn't get married.
2 division champ. We split up.
But now I'm going to Worlds.
Yeah.
Look, it's a lot of pressure. I think
I was going to take that joke a step further, but I won't. Got my first Brazilian girlfriend. It's cool. She's teaching me Portuguese.
No, man, no. I think I just don't want to
Rites of passage.
I would say I don't want to put pressure on your wedding. So if you think that you can sustain the stress of doing a comp, which was your fiance's suggestion, soon to be wife, and still do the wedding, and that's cool, great. But it sounds like it could be a lot.
Well, yeah, I guess what I would say is like the pressure to get in shape for your wedding is there regardless, right?
Sure.
So if you don't do it,
you've been notified.
if you don't do it via the jiu-jitsu comp, you're going to probably do it via some other way. Like, okay, I'm going to hire a personal trainer and, go hard on this thing. And I'm guessing that's going to consume you as well. So it sounds to me like you're going to be consumed no matter what. So it's like pick your poison.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu sounds like a cool way to do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah, do it, man. There is no regrets to be taken from doing it. Even if you after the comp, you can, you sit down with your fiance and say, sorry if I was a bit distant in the weeks leading up to this, and she'll be like, it's cool. I'm totally happy you did it. That, you'll take so much from it. And man, purple belt, it only gets harder to compete as you get further down the track. So let's say you get to brown belt and then you're like, I haven't competed since white belt. It's going to be real hard to jump in at that point. So I'd be like, yeah, get back in there.
Yeah, definitely. Get it while you can, because you never know. You never know what happens in the future. You've got the opportunity. Take the opportunity.
And bro, look, if you're looking for a couple of Aussie larrikins to come to the wedding, just send the invite. We'll be there.
Send location.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Connecticut.
As long as there's a barbecue, y'all. Guys, there it is. Those are the questions. If you have some questions, please let us know. But what we love about this time is we get to hear from people all around the world, which is crazy.
It's the coolest.
It's really cool to think that there's people on the other side of the planet.
I actually find Australians aren't asking us questions anymore.
No, they don't care.
I don't need to speak to you guys. As in, that's what they're saying about us, not me saying that about them.
No, but then it's interesting. I guess the Australian accent, it might still have a degree of novelty somewhere else where people are not hearing it.
Yeah.
But the great thing about that is we do get to connect with more people, which is why we started this thing. Help more people, connect with more people. And we need your help to do that. And the best way that you can help us with that, other than, sharing this stuff on social media, but I understand that that can be a pain. Something that's very easy for you to do is to like and subscribe. But then also, if you're just listening to this on audio, just click up and give us a 5-star rating. The reason why you do that is it helps us not get buried, because there's so many podcasts now. Everyone has a podcast. If you do really like this and you want other jiu-jitsu people to find it, giving us a 5-star rating means it will suggest to other really nice jiu-jitsu people like you. And that makes it so much better for us because it helps us help more people. And we really appreciate you doing that.
Yeah, we do. Thanks, fam.
Peace.